Hey guys, welcome to Outlaw Edge. So the video that I'm doing today is going to be the comparison on the Klutch English wheel and the Harbor Freight English wheel. I looked online and I guess they are still carrying the English wheel at Harbor Freight, and the Klutch brand is sold at Northern Tool. So if you guys want to see the comparison, stick around. So I've had a lot of questions about the Klutch brand English wheel and then the Harbor Freight English wheel. And I was talking to Thomas Holland. What's up, Thomas? Appreciate you watching, bro. Thanks for the sub and all that. He's a new subscriber, and he was asking a lot of questions about the English wheels, and I've actually been wanting to do a video on this, so I figured today I'd do a quick video. So on the left, you have the Harbor Freight first generation English wheel. And then this is the Klutch English wheel here. Klutch brand. And this one was actually yellow. I got this used, but it was brand new right out of the box. And this is from Harbor Freight. And like I said, that's the first generation English wheel. The second generation Harbor Freight English wheel is almost 100% identical to this one right here. It's this shape, like more of the octagon. And I'm almost guaranteeing, I'm not saying it is, but I would almost guarantee that it's made in the same factories because they're almost identical. And I want to say that I'm not sponsored in any way by Klutch or Harbor Freight. I'm just doing this video as a comparison. And I was just doing this, for some of my other subscribers, and mainly for Thomas Holland. He was asking about this morning. So when you get one of these English wheels from Harbor Freight or from Klutch, one of the main things I want to say, first thing right off the bat, is make sure you buy the wheels. When you order one and it shows up, you have to read the fine print. They do not come with the wheels. And this one, you can see them on the backside back there, the rack with all the wheels on it. And there's some kind of, I'm not gonna say bad about the Harbor Freight English wheel. It's more of like a home use fabricator's wheeling machine, whatever you wanna call them. Right off the bat, the main difference, or the main thing that I hated about this was the, right here, sorry about that. Right here, they had a bracket welded, and you can see that bracket welded on here, and it comes down, and then on this side, it's welded all the way down like this. Well, if you look at this from the front, it's not straight, it's not true, it's not plumb, nothing like that. And so I've had some problems with this thing binding up, and I've actually bent this wheel, and this stuff is just not thick enough, and it's really crappy made. But at the same time, it works. It's an English wheel, you could use it, it's not a big deal. And like I said, it does work. One of the other problems is I hate these cams that they put on these things. This one right here, you pull this lever, and it's a cam, and it will lift it up and lock it into place. I absolutely hate those. On the Klutch brand, it's got a deal here that you lock. And I actually welded it. And this one here, I welded it. You can see the weld right there. I do not like the cams on those. I like to be able to run these up and run them down. When I'm using an English wheel, you'll see that that's what I do. So if I stand back from the English wheels, you can see that they're almost identical, the stands and everything that they have on them. They're pretty damn close. The Klutch brand has feet that are squared off. They come down here and they're squared off. And one of the only differences is these are rounded off on the Harbor Freight wheel. And this is the first generation. This is the one that's the problematic one. The second generation Harbor Freight, like I said, I think it's made in the same damn factory as Klutch. I think they're made identical by a company and sold to Harbor Freight or sold to Klutch or whatever. Because this is the first generation, and the difference is it's round right here. The second generation Harbor Freight English wheel is identical. It's got the octagon shape. This one I prefer. This one is built very, very nice. They're very well thought out from Klutch or Harbor Freight, whoever made these. Obviously they're made in China. There's two bolts right here, and what it is you can get this front or this top wheel or your top anvil. You can get it where you want it. You could angle it whatever way you want, and it also comes back and forth this way a little bit. So you have just a little bit of a movement where you can move this thing around where you want it. and then it lines this bottom one up perfectly. I love that. I think this was very well thought out. And this is set up as like a trunnion or in a carriage. And this is separate, not like this one where this is welded on there. You can't move it. There's no adjustment. I had to do some bending and stuff when I first got it because this thing was so far off. It was like this and all kicked out like this. And you know, I got it fixed. So they're pretty much just thrown together in the factory. This one here is really nice. I also like that this is very well built because if you watch here, I can spin this wheel and I can spin this wheel. That one's already stopped and it has bearings in it. This one will go on for 10 minutes. It'll just go and go and go and go and go. It's very well balanced. It's got really nice bearings in it right here. And there's bearings on that shaft. And this one here has bearings in here, and then there's a shaft that goes through there. I'm gonna stop this so I don't get my fingers caught in it. And then the other thing is you know, these are notched here on the Harbor Freight, and they're also notched here on the Klutch brand, but you can see it's squared off, a little bit smaller shaft that goes through here. And then it's squared off at the bottom. And it's a half shaft, you know, at the top or whatever, it's rounded out. Same thing, really nice bearings right here. They just go and go and go. This one, not so good. They almost stop automatically. Sorry about the crappy camera work. These both have Acme threads in them. They're easy to go up and down. If I spin this, you can see it goes up and down. One of the problems with this one is it kept binding up on me because it kept turning. This one has a little bit of slack, but very little. And it's got a lot smoother Acme threads. It actually keeps turning when you spin it, and that's going up. And then I'm hitting the wheel right now, so I gotta go down. And you can see that it spins really easy coming down. And this right here is your centering pin. The centering pin on this one is here. Very bad design. It's kind of crappy. This one works really good. One of the things that I do hate is I'm gonna have to get on the other side here and show you. Sorry about the crappy camera work. So the very first time I used one of these, I welded this sucker up because what happened is you go to use a camera or whatever, and when this wheel's down, they had this where the carriage would actually fall back and this wheel would fall out on your toes. That is a stupid ass setup. That's gonna hurt somebody, and it's just really dumb. And the cam was right there, so this would lift up and come down, whatever, that was your cam setup, your cam mechanism, to pinch in here. So when you would raise this all the way up to the wheel, like this, and then you could hit that cam and go the last little distance. Well, I like to put the metal in there and then tighten it up and use it and loosen it. So the other really nice design is where this shaft goes up and down. They put a greaser right here. I thought that was really smart, and nothing here. So the Harbor Freight, you know, there's a lot of stuff, like I said, on the Harbor Freight that I don't like, but there's also some stuff that, you know, hey, if you're a home builder, whatever, it works good. It's an awesome little English wheel. It got me through what I needed. And then Sobering Restoration sponsored this one to us for our shop. Thank you, Sobering Restorations. If you guys haven't seen their channel, go check them out. They're awesome on YouTube, amazing people. And right here, you got your rack that you have to buy separately. Don't forget that. You have to buy this separately at Harbor Freight. It's an extra 150 bucks. This rack here on the Klutch brand, same thing, 150 bucks. The price on this one, I believe, was 329 bucks. And I believe this one was like 350, somewhere in there. Plus, you had to add 150 bucks for that. And then on this one, same thing, had to add 150 bucks for that. These are all modifications that I did to mine. They don't come with the shrinker and stretcher. I did the pedals and all that, put this on there. And I also put my bead roller on here. So that's nothing that you can get done like that. That's something that I did myself. That's just a modification that we did in the shop so that I could use them a lot faster and easier, and it doesn't take up so much room. So if you're a home fabricator, that's a really cool design. You got everything in one. The other thing I like is these are light enough. You can grab right here and pull them all over the shop. I just move them all over, you know, when I'm using them. But I think that's about all I got to, as far as the reviews on these. If I was to take one or the other, I would all day long get the Klutch brand. It's very, very well built. And like I said, the Harbor Freight brand does have the second generation, which is identical to this one. If you can find one, get one. You know, for less than 500 bucks, you're into an English wheel and you're building panels. So anyways, they're both great setups. I'm not gonna talk bad on one or the other because I use a lot of Harbor Freight tools and I use a lot of Klutch brand tools, and they're both good, really good companies. But anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. Please sub to the channel. We'll see you on the next video. Later.